Well, it appears that Ebby is in labor. She's been up off and on all night, pacing back and forth, going outside, digging holes, laying down in the dirt outside in the middle of the night. So literally every 2 hours she's been barking to get up and get out. And she's in labor. So we're just waiting now. Come, big mama. Time to let those babies out. So she feels better now that I'm in here with her and I'm aware of what's going on. So if I leave to go do anything, she sits and barks at her gate. But she keeps checking herself. She knows something's going on. So it's only a matter of time. So I think she's probably been in labor pretty much throughout the night, because normally she doesn't get up every 2 hours, and I'm bringing her out and she's not even going to the bathroom. She's running into the back of the yard and digging holes. Yeah. And they will get that nesting. I've seen that with some of the other girls. They'll go outside and want to dig holes. So that's what she's doing. She's getting herself cleaned up and ready for birth, and we've got all our stuff out. We're ready. So we're still just waiting. She goes out, she's been going out to the bathroom and stuff, but we're still just waiting. Pre-labor can take a lot of hours if you're not used to it. So she got up at, well, we went to bed at 9. She was up at 10. She was up at 12 barking in her room. So I took her outside. She was outside, decided to dig some holes, right? So she was digging holes and laying down in the dirt. And then we got up at 3 o'clock, and I've been in here with her since. So she's been panting, nesting. You could see the contractions. You could see the puppies moving around. So it's still just a waiting game. This can take hours, and she's a good whelper, but she's a long whelper too. So we're prepared. So we haven't had x-rays. We really don't know how many we're expecting. Because like I said before, our x-rays have been wrong for the last couple of times, so we decided to just wing it. So we do have other ways. We do have ultrasound we can check to make sure all the puppies are out in that case, but we're just still hanging out waiting. Time is it now? Time is it now, Evie? And Farley must know there's something going on because he keeps whining. So it's about 9:30, so we'll see. Her fans are waiting. Her water hasn't broke yet, so we're still waiting for that too. But you can see the babies are right there. They were moving. She did just come in, but it is kind of warm out still, but that's why she's panting even more. But she is panting like that because of labor also. So we've been at it all day. It's 7:30 at night. She started 3 or 4 this morning, still just panting and pacing, and she had the shivers. It's taken a long time. So this is part of how labor is. It can take a long time before they actually go into labor. So, and you can see she's panting. I mean, she's been doing this off and on all day long. She's been going out for potty breaks. She hasn't eaten anything. Won't even take bread, so she's not. I'm hoping we're getting closer. I was hoping that we'd be done by now, but you can't anticipate this. It's just what it is. So we don't do C-section unless we have to. So I know some people plan them specifically because they don't want to do this. I get it, but if I don't have to have a C-section and it means that I have to do this for 2 days, that's what I choose to do. So I've been with her pretty much every step of the way. So we'll continue, and hopefully we'll have puppies later on, but it is already 7:30. So we have had naps. I stay in here and nap with her, but we're hoping for puppies later, huh? She's first baby is coming out right now. Come on, Mama. Push her out. Come on. Here it comes. Push it. Push it, Mama. Come on, Mama. Oh, oh yeah, big old baby, Mama. We got our first puppy. Can I check Mama? Puppy number 1. It's a baby. Baby boy. Yes, you got a baby. Good girl. Yep, Mama, snip it. Wait a minute. Get a bit. Ready? What a cute baby. A Merle. It's a baby boy. It's a baby boy, Mama. He seems kind of big, too. And then we want to hurry up and get him onto the boob. Here you go, baby. And he's already nursing. What a beautiful baby you got there. Good girl, Mama. She's working on number 2. Not willing to let him out of her sight, though. I'm gonna go over there with you, Mommy. You already cleaned him, honey. I think you already cleaned him. Hey, you already cleaned him, remember? Once you have another one, then you can clean up the next one. We'll give this little guy a break. It's my kid. So we just had baby number 2. It's a little girl. She's black with white tip tail, toes, and chest, almost like Raven from our last litter. She looks a lot like her, a lot of white on the belly. These puppies are big and long. Ebby normally never has big puppies like this, maybe because it's a smaller litter, but that's the puppy right there. I'll see if I can zoom in for you guys. There she is. She's such an attentive mom. She's still got more in there. That puppy seems so long coming out. They both did, actually. But Diesel has long puppies, so maybe that's it. But she's got more, and she's starting to work on pushing them up and out. She is tired. It's after 10 o'clock. We did start at like 3 this morning. So it's been a busy day, starting at 3 this morning, and it's after 10 o'clock. She's exhausted. But she takes little breaks, and like she's taking a break right now, and then once she comes up, she'll start pushing. It's kind of like the pattern. So it took a lot to get the little black puppy out. A lot of pushing. I could feel it at the tip, and then it kind of slides back, and then it slides forward. And I've kind of been helping pulling these, like as she's pushing, kind of help pulling them out, because they are very long puppies. So we'll see what our next puppy is, huh, Abigail? I did give her some water, but she still isn't. She probably won't eat until these puppies are all born. That's normally how they are. They want to wait until they're born, and then she'll eat. So but she's cleaning them up, and I put them on the teat, and then she'll clean them up and knock them off. I'm glad the little black one's latching very well too. So was the little boy. He's the Merle one. So the little boy was first. He's Merle, and the second one was a little girl so far, and she's black with white on her. So we'll see what we got next. She's still got a belly, so there's more. I figured there was more anyway. I didn't think there was just two. I'd be able to detect two. But I do still have her door open to try to get a little bit of a breeze in here, but not have it too cold for the puppies. But they're gonna be up on her anyway, so they'll probably stay nice and warm. And it was a little Merle boy. She pushed and water just came flying, amniotic fluid just came flying out, so I just thought it was an empty sac, and then this tiny little Merle boy came out. He is a skinflint. Oh, I'm not taking him off compared to his siblings. I know, I was just trying to show the crowd. He's very pretty. He's so tiny, he's like half their size. Okay, Mommy, can we put him back? Okay, Mommy. He obviously wasn't in a good spot in the horn. It almost looks like these two must have been beside him and got most of the nutrients. So, she's had small puppies before. Oh, he's a split face too. So pretty. Come on, little man. There you go. There's your mommy. There's your mommy. He is nursing, so that's a good sign. I mean, when she's had 12 before, she's had little ones like this, but when you have these two massive puppies come out and then this little guy comes flying out of his mom, it's like, holy smokes, where'd he come from? So he's as long as them, but only like half the size, like thickness. So if he's healthy, that's fine. We can fatten him up. He probably just, like I said, wasn't in a good place in the horn like those two were. And here she was like putting all her might into it because the first two were so big and hard for her to push out. She really threw the effort into him too, and he came flying out. Because this is the other boy, and he's huge. This is the first one. She loves licking him to death. Here, take him right here and lick him to death. And she's big too. And then you've got this little tiny Merle. Let's put him over here so she doesn't try to knock him off his teeth. But they're all, what you doing, Mama? That's his tail. I know it's small. But they're all eating, so I'll just make sure I keep an eye on that one to see, to either supplement or make sure he gets first dibs. Are you eating? Are you eating, little lady? Where's yours? Right here. Oh, there's you some. I wasn't expecting that. But again, another Merle. So 2 boys and a girl. Come here, honey girl. And I'm just trying to keep them dry. Because it is messy, so I'm trying to keep them dry. He came from nowhere, huh, Mama? He was a little baby. He's eating, though. We'll give him the best chance that we got and hope for the best. But you never know. Can you get him off the little guy? He's trying to eat. Oh, now he lost his sucker. Watch out, Mommy. Hunting for it. Here you go, little man. But he came out crying, so I mean that's a good sign. Yeah, huh? We got a couple of chubbies there. Oh, lost it again. Oh, little man. Here you go. Here you go. not gonna eat? Oh, you're a pretty boy too. Is that your brother? Oh. Of course, she's loving him up. See if I can zoom in. It's hard to see because she's, but this is the little guy right in the middle. Trying to get him, but, so he's on a teat, but they keep knocking him off because he's in the middle, and they're both chubs, so they're going at what they want. I mean, she has had, when she had 14, she had ones that size. They seem like just heads and little tiny bodies, so I mean, if he's healthy and just small, that's not a problem. So we'll see. We'll monitor him and figure it out before, you know, we give him to a home. Oh, you sweet little thing. You gonna eat, honey boy? Go big and strong. Of course, little chubby's all over everything. Ebony, this little guy's gonna eat. Here you go, sweetheart. And she's pushing again. Let's hope not another one flies out. Hey, buddy. Get something to prop him up so he stays on his titty. So we're up to 5 live ones. We had number 6, but it was born deceased. So I wasn't sure if she was done or what because she's been busy tending to her babies. So I brought out my ultrasound and I did put it on her, and I do see one more pup in there. She was trying to put her head in the way, so I couldn't see if the pup was viable or kind of look around to see if there was more than just that one. So this is also why it's a good tool to have an ultrasound. So the puppy that I saw was right about here, so she's got to push it up, and that's what she's doing. She's kind of resting, regrouping. She'll start pushing the puppy out. The puppy that I did see that didn't make it almost looks like its placenta tore away. It was in a weird sac, and it had green fluid. It was a Merle. So far we have Merles and blacks. So right now she's pushing out that trying to get that puppy up. I don't know if she's only got one. I didn't even really think that her litter would be this big. So we have some really big size puppies and some rather small puppies. And like I said, it basically depends on how they're located in the horn. You know, if there's a bunch of them on one side and they're fighting for nutrients, you're gonna have smaller ones. The first 2 puppies that came out were enormous. And then we had the 2 small Merles, and then we had another black female that came out, and she's an average size. I mean, she's a good size, I guess you could say. Ebby has had little small puppies before because she's normally like a 12 in her litter, so they tend to be on the small side. So like this is one of the smaller ones, but we'll supplement. That's a little girl. And we'll see once that she has this puppy that we did pick up on the scan out, then I'll scan her again to see. I think we're in the wee hours of the morning right now, so it's coming about 24 hours we've been at this, so we're both tired. Alright, so I just turned it back on now that she's calmed down, and yeah, and there's the whole baby. Here's the whole puppy's belly, heart's pumping really well. Might be blurry, but that little movement in the middle, that's the heart. So it is the next morning. We had a long night here. We were up. This is a little boy. He's the one that kind of flew out. He was so small. And then she ended up having another little small one. That's a girl. She's a split face too. She's beautiful. I think he has a split face too. She did have one other one like this. That's the one that was stillborn. That's the one with a really heavy sack, and it was green when I opened it, and I couldn't resuscitate him. So of course she's gonna. And then we have. So this was the firstborn. He was huge, and you could just tell in comparison to his sister how big he is. White tip tail. So they do carry mantles. The dad's a mantle. And then she ended up having, can I see the babies? I know you're trying to clean them. She said, I'm trying to clean these kids. She had, that's another big girl. All the black ones are girls. They're black with white. She had, as I got later in the proceedings, we had another one that, this guy, he's beautiful. Came out with foam coming out of his nose and his mouth. My husband thought for sure that he wasn't going to make it, but I really worked diligently on him for, geez, quite a while. And I managed to get all the foam out of his nostrils and his mouth, and got him crying, breathing regularly, so we saved him. That's my goal. Like, I've had to resuscitate other puppies before, but he's the one on the ultrasound that I said, oh, there's another one in there, the heart's beating. That was him. So when he came out, I saw him do take a gasp, and that's what he must have been, taking air as he came out, but I was able to save him. And then number 8 was not her, was this one. Another big one was a black one, and she came out crying and ready to eat right away. So we did pretty good. She had 8. We had 7 surviving. The one with the weird sack, there was no life. So I did what I could. As you could tell, we have a couple of little peanuts here, size of a field mouse. So I've already started bottle feeding, supplementing. So I'm going to make sure that I just, I'm not going to bottle feed the rest, because Ebby produces a lot of milk. That's why she always looks like she's got boobs down to her knees. She does every litter. Her first litter, she was like that too. She produces a lot of milk. So once the puppies are gone and she has time to, you know, go back to her shape, she usually does. But that's why she looks like that, because she produces a lot of milk. She's had mastitis before because of this. So it is what it is. But so I started this morning, made up some special formula, and they both ate an ounce. So I'm just going to come up periodically and give these 2 bottle. And you can see I got this little guy on the back teat, because that's where all the good stuff's at. She's content. So a lot of times when I bottle feed too, I'll measure, and then I'll just kind of go like this, and you can feel if the little belly's full. So that's what I do too. But this was the oldest. He was a little tank. But see, he's still eating. So Ebby's had small puppies before. As long as they're, you know, healthy and thriving, I can fatten them up. So we'll see. I thought he was tiny, but I think his sister's a little tinier. She's the only girl, Merle. She really is pretty too. She's got the big splotches, and she's got a split face. So that's the gang, and Mama's sleeping. She's eaten twice. She's been out to go potty, so I'm happy with how she's doing too. We do monitor the mother for fever, make sure she's eating. We fix her something good. We really pamper them because that's what they need. Like, she's gonna take care of the puppies, and I'm gonna take care of her. But so it was a long night, but all's well. Abby was a champ. She's very good. Good mommy. So chubby. It's just amazing. Like, she's half the size. Okay. Look at that little face. All content on her mummy.